Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the events committee. Item 1 is welcomes. Second item is apologies. Is there any apologies?
We've received apologies from Councillor Alice Mann.
And I believe Councillor Dorothy Lord, the actual chairman, is in hospital. So I hope she gets well soon. Item 3, declarations of interest. Are there any? I take it no. Item 4, minutes of the last meeting. Would somebody like to move and second them? And second them. Thank you very much. Item 5 is public forum. There is no public here, so we shall move on. Item 6, Eastern Inco feedback. That will be you, Nathan.
Yeah. So we had the Easter in Colne event on the 16th of April, and it was a really successful event. We had a bit of feedback. One of the comments was people having to queue for the face painters and the donkeys, which I've had a look at that feedback, and for the next event we've got 2 face painters and we've got an extra donkey as well to hopefully be able to manage the queues a little bit more. There was one comment about having to pay for themselves to go on the funfair ride with the baby. I've spoken with the funfair provider, and they've advised me unfortunately they have to charge anyone that goes on the ride, because if people don't pay for it they're not insured. So that's why this woman was charged to take a baby on. But that's the feedback that we've got, and we've had a lot of good comments about the event as well, which is obviously always good. But yeah, it was a really good event, and we're all on the Jubilee now.
Anything you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wondered if I could just make one little suggestion. You don't have to take it on board, obviously, but I just wonder if we might put the donkey rides at St John's Methodist Church, just because there's quite a lot of grass, there's a lot of space around there. The volunteers down there are really into sort of working with the community, and I just thought it would spread it out along the town a little bit. It's just an idea for next time. Thank you.
So let's think about that idea. Is it too far out? What do the councillors think?
The only thing I would think of is that whenever they've been to Barlick and other places, they've been on the flat. I don't know whether they're not going to go up and down the street, are they? Because I don't think donkeys with a big, well, not a person, but an older child.
Okay, well, we'll look into it anyway. Okay. I'd like to make some comments. I went there as mayor and I had a thoroughly good time. I really enjoyed it. Everybody that I spoke to enjoyed it. So Nathan, you're doing a good job, and thank you very much. Is there any more on the Eastern Inco? Okay, thank you. Number 7.
Can I just say something? I thought it was good that they had a lot of, local participation in some of the things that happened. It wasn't just you were stood looking at it. There were people getting involved, weren't they, with the acrobat fella and such like.
Yeah, it's well organised, and I always say this, every event, nobody died, so it's a good event. You might laugh, but when there's a couple of thousand people knocking about in cars and things, and it's amazing. Anyway, moving on, item 7 is a Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
So the next event we've got coming up is the Queen's Jubilee on Thursday, the 2nd of June. And for that event, I can say we have been given some funding by the National Lottery for that event, which means obviously we can put a lot more on. For the event, we've got a lot of new stuff going on, just like Easter. So we've got the face painter and the donkeys as normal. We've got the funfair rides, and we've got a market with, there's over 30 stalls booked on the market, but we've got a circus show booked, and then they're going to be doing circus workshops with the children that's free, so they'll learn like walking on the wire and different circus skills. We've got stilt walking Queen Guards booked that are going to walk around the town and hand out hand flags, and they're going to hand out balloons that have got the council crest on as well. We've also got acrobatic stilt walkers booked that they're on bouncing stilts and they'll be doing like somersaults and tricks in the air, which I think will work really well. We're also opening the town hall up and we're doing tours of the town hall with Jeff Cranby. And then we're going to be offering free refreshments, cake, scones, biscuits as well. We've got a Jubilee Hunt where we're having a booklet produced currently where your front cover will be the event poster, your second page will be a schedule with a small map to show the areas where the activities are taking place, and on the back you'll have the you'll have like an advert for the next event and a survey for future events. But then if you open the booklet out, it turns into a map that has got the different businesses on, and each business will have a letter and it'll spell a secret word, and they'll win a prize if they get that secret word. We've got decorations for the glass box, which we're having the stained glass window transported up there with a big Union Jack balloon arch to go over it. And there's a lot more going on. We've got brass bands playing throughout the day, choirs playing. We've got a Jubilee photo booth where they'll print the photos so people can take away a hard copy of the photo, but you can also send it to your mobile and email it to you, and we'll get a copy of all those at the end to post on social media. We're doing the business window display competition as well, which we've just put in the post, about 200 letters to the businesses to offer them free bunting because we've got a lot. So then we can really transform the town ready for that competition. We're doing free craft activities as well at St Bart's and at Colne Market as well.
Right. Sounds a lot. And all that in one day?
Yep, all in one day.
Only one day, not on the Thursday.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. A lot.
There is. I've done the event schedule today and it does all fit nicely with breaks in between, so it's not constant. So it gives obviously the performers chance to have a break, and it gives people a chance to move from the different areas.
Where are the performers?
So we're going to have the circus workshops in Hartley Square, which they'll take up half of the car park. We're going to have the Queen Guard stilt walkers. They're going to walk around the town centre, and then the acrobatic stilt walkers will be outside the library.
Okay, are there any questions from the councillors? Okay, any questions? Oh, no. Well, it seems to be a really fantastic, busy day. I will look forward to it. Can we get the information out to the public as soon as possible?
Yeah, the post went out yesterday, and I've just done a sponsored post on it, which will run for the next 2 weeks. And then the event schedule will go out when I get back off my holiday.
All right. Holiday?
Could I just make one suggestion with your promotion? So what worked really well with the Light Festival was creating a little A5 flyer and dropping them at the schools and asking for the teachers to pop them in the book bags. So I don't know if you've done that already, but that worked really well.
We've sent the colouring competition to schools and they get a little A5 flyer with it already.
Okay, all good. Any more questions on the Queen Jubilee? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Can I just ask where the cakes and scones will be? Will it be in here when they come to do with Jeff Cranby? Is it after that?
So they'll have the tour around the town hall and then the function room. We will have tables and chairs in there so people can go to the bar, grab what they want, the tea, coffee, etc. And then they can go take a seat in the function room, which is where all the colouring competition will be displayed as well. And there'll be some music played in the background as well for people to enjoy.
all right, thank you.
Can I just
Yes.
point out, Chairman, that it is in fact scone and not scone. Or the joke that what's the fastest cake in the world, scone, doesn't work.
Okay, for the people at home watching, whatever you want to call it, you get that and a cup of tea. Thank you. So, moving on to item 8, is a Grand Prix on Tuesday the 26th of July.
So for the Grand Prix, probably about 2 weeks ago now, I had a meeting with the communications team at Pendle Borough Council, and they're now starting to contact the sponsors of the event to find out what angle they want to be presented for. Obviously, events we've already secured the sponsors. We've got the security booked and the additional PA so everyone can hear the commentary of the event. We've got the barriers booked. We're going to be putting the fun fair on the Parliament Street car park with the toilets. So there is something for the children to enjoy as well. We've got the first aid booked. The toilets were already booked. The banners and the adverts for the programme, we're on top of those. So they've all been done. They've all been approved by the businesses. They've been sent off ready for the final draft of the programme. We've got the traffic management booked, and the road closure has just been sent through to the relevant parties for them to make any comments that were done last week. The road cleaning's also been booked in, and the commentator's been booked in. And that's about it for Grand Prix so far.
Okay, can we, just one question, can we name the sponsors?
We can. So the main sponsor of the event is Fort Vale. The second sponsor is Riggs Auto Park, and the third sponsor is Coalition Facilities Management, formerly known as Unique.
Okay, are there any questions from the councillors?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch where you said the fun fair was.
So that'll be going on Parliament Street car park.
Are there any more questions on the Marie? Good.
Can I just ask about will Radio Lancashire be coming again and with filming it like they did, so it goes on the telly?
Unfortunately, we haven't got the filming this year. It's something that British Cycling don't want to go down that route. But I do believe we have got BBC Radio Lancashire attending for interviews, etc.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 9, Halloween in Cone, Sunday the 28th of October.
So for Halloween, we've got the face painters booked. We've got around about 25 stalls already booked for that event. All the first aiders booked. We've got the Morris dancers booked, and the fun fair's already booked. I'm still looking at new activities and options for this event. Possibly looking at stilt walkers, stuff that children like to see. So I'm still looking at new ideas for the event, but so far it's going quite well.
Any questions from councillors? I have one. The young man that was at the Easter, the acrobat, was very good, very entertaining, got people involved. Is he coming again?
I can look at getting him for October. He did come from Birmingham, so he was a little bit pricey, but he were multi-skilled, so he did obviously the fire show as well, and the stilt walking, but I can definitely see if he's available.
Can we have a look and see if we can afford?
I think we'll be able to afford him, yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Any more on Halloween? Okay, moving on to item number 10, Remembrance Sunday, Sunday the 13th of November.
So for the Remembrance Sunday, we last mentioned about inviting Jack to the meeting prior to the Remembrance Sunday. I've emailed him. I'm still waiting for a response from him, but I'm pretty sure he'd be happy to attend. I'm struggling to find a marching band for the event because everyone's either been booked 3 years in advance or they're not able to walk up the lovely hills that we've got in Colne. So I'm still looking, but at the moment it is looking like we'll have the PA system on the back of the quad bike. We have received our own PA system that we bought for the events last week. It finally got here from Italy, which we've been out and tested, and it'll definitely be loud enough for everyone to hear. You'll probably be able to hear it in Nelson. It's that loud. We've got the road closure in place, first aid in place, and we've already ordered the reef ready for the service, but everything's been booked really.
Any questions? I have one, or a couple. Can we book a marching band 4 years hence, and then we can get one eventually at some point. We can, in fact, let's book it for the next 4th year, 5th year and 6th year. And then we're well ahead and we can book it. Why not? Why not? So you can answer that in a minute. The next thing, the quad bike is suitable as long as it's at a reasonable distance. Again, we will, which I like, the quad bikes. There was everybody asked about them, and they're my charity at the moment in time. So I'd like them to come again. We can talk about that another day. Yeah, so you can do what you want.
Ask the vicar that his little loudspeaker thing, will that be, because if there's a lot of people there, as it probably will be with this Ukraine, if that thing is still going on, that, you know, if there's a lot of people, will he be able to be heard?
So the vicar will have one of the microphones for the sound system, so everyone will be able to hear him, definitely. We tested the sound system in the function room downstairs, and we'd put it up a 10 for the way, and you could feel the windows shaking, so it's definitely going to be loud enough.
Any more comments on the Remembrance in Cone? Okay. 11. Christmas in Cone. 26th of November.
So for Christmas, we've got the stage already booked, so that'll be coming, well, it'll arrive at 10 a.m. and we should be ready for live entertainment at 12 using the new sound system. We've got, get the right one. We've got the donkeys booked, the face painting booked, the first aid. We've got the clog dancers booked, then we've got the fireworks already booked. The traffic management's already in place. We're going to be doing craft activities at the library, and we've changed the Punch and Judy provider to someone that's open to do a lot more. They're going to be doing comedy magic and balloon modelling as well, just like we had at Easter. The security's already booked, the Santa sleigh's booked. We've got 2 brass bands performing on the day. I've already started looking at entertainment for the stage, so we've got a brilliant children's entertainer booked for the first act that does a comedy magic show, and he'll get people on the stage and get them involved, and is known as one of the best in the UK. So we've got him booked. We've got 2 sponsors for the event. We've got Coalition Facilities Management and Farmhouse Biscuits, and the fun fair's booked. But obviously we're looking at new entertainment again, so I'm currently inquiring about acrobatic elves. So like what we had at Easter with the acrobat, there'll be 2 of them dressed as elves doing acrobats, which I've seen elsewhere, and it works really well. And I'm also looking at Stilt Walk and Jack Frost, which looks really well at events as well.
Any questions, councillors?
Can I ask if there'll be, with the stage coming in early, are you going to have music as well? Are you going to have live music or recorded music, or?
So on the stage, it's going to be a mixture of everything. So we'll have acts during the day for people to actually watch, but then we'll have live music as well as recorded music. There's going to be a wide variety of entertainment on the stage throughout the day, just so it's something different all day.
Will Leisure Trust be asked, well, will they want to come and advertise their pantomime? And if they do, can they actually stay and do something rather than just show the face? And
yeah, I'll speak with the Leisure Trust and just make them know that we need it to cover that time, because we're obviously programming the stage for the full day, but they will be asked, yeah.
Okay. Things I want to ask is on the stage on the day, we had to fill in 22 minutes, and although we did it, and not a lot of people know it was hard work. So have we got a range of music that he's actually downloaded? It's a few questions, so you'll answer them all at once. So there's actually a computer on the stage that is full of different music, not just Christmas music, because from 12 o'clock till 7 o'clock, they'll be even the same one 10 times. So a lot of different music, and it gets people going. That's one question. Second question you've already answered. Is a pantomime. If they're going to come, I want them to do something, and not just sing 2 songs and then go. And I just felt we were cut very short. I wasn't told. And thanks to you and Eugene, we managed to get through it. You may answer.
What was your first question?
My first question was a load of music, an absolute 10,000 music on a hard drive.
So I've already started downloading music for the event this year. Every week I'm going on and just downloading 30 to 40 songs every week, just so we've got plenty. And then when you throw a request at me, I've definitely got them.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have a wide variety of songs ready for the stage for when we need it.
Anything?
Just one idea or suggestion, maybe ask one of the dance schools in Colne to see if they fancy doing a TikTok workshop for the kids, doing TikTok dances. I know it sounds really lame, but they love it, don't they? So I didn't know if that might be something that's quite interactive. It's, then they can post on TikTok and they can hashtag it, put it on Instagram, etc., etc. So that's my idea.
It's definitely something we can have a look at. Yeah, I'll have a look.
You never know.
What else was there? These extra donkey and extra face painting. Are they going to be at every event from now on?
If obviously it works well at the Jubilee, then they are provisionally booked to bring extra for Christmas, Halloween, etc. So as long as it works and it's not too much hassle, then it will be, yeah. So
my question is, the donkey will definitely work because the wall's full, and the face painting will definitely work because it's always full. But the face painting, I think, should be in 2 different places. That way, there's not a long queue. It'd just be like having a normal face painting. So if you have them in 2 different places, it will separate them and work faster and better, I think. Comments, anybody?
I agree with that. I was going to say with the donkeys and maybe 1 face painter, again, St John's is just such a great space because there's so much area. There's all the grass, there's all the pavement in front. And I think this bottom end of town, I think businesses will really benefit from having that footfall down there. So if we can spread the activity out, I think the businesses would be really appreciative of that, for sure. So as a general rule of thumb, I'd maybe have a chat with them. Ruth, who I speak to regularly, is always wanting to get involved in town centre activity. So I do think that would be a really good thing. And it just spreads it all out and it's not all cramped up at the top. So, yeah.
I like the bid, don't get me wrong, but I've got to be careful as a councillor and as a deputy chairman that we're not just working for the businesses. You want to work for the town. I know what you're going to say before you say it. I just want to make sure that is it too far down here? I think we're all right. But we just got to make sure that we work for the people of this town and not just for the businesses that some people of the businesses don't live here.
I do appreciate that, but they work here every day. And when there's an event on, they do actually really want to take part in it and they want to be part of the festivities. And I feel that if we don't include them right at the beginning, they start to feel excluded from everything. And I do get what you're saying. It's not for the businesses, but the businesses are here every day. So they do want their opinion putting across, because I've had some feedback and that's what they've sort of said. It'd be nice to see it spread out
Well,
up and down the
look at it, and it's like the businesses up the top of Colne as well that are missing out. And which I talk to you every time I see you. Every time I see you, I talk to you about the. So if we're going to do it for the town, we should do it at the top and the bottom. Well, as far as we can. Yeah.
I think, Chair, we have to, excuse me, we have to be a bit careful, because don't forget the road will be closed from Windy Bank, which means that Craddock Road will still be open. So if we do have something down here, we've got to be careful that people don't just set off walking and somebody zooms around Craddock Road.
You know, I don't mind putting things here. I don't mind at all. I've just got to be careful. Well, like you said, the road's closed up there, not closed down here. But I don't see a problem with putting the donkeys here or face painters or something else here, and bringing people down. I won't mention the blues really, but I want the blues to be all through the town, and not just in one down the bottom. So yeah, we'll look into it. I can't see a problem, Nathan.
With having the donkeys spread between two locations, we would struggle, because they only send one member of staff, because they are busy at Blackpool on the beach.
Yeah.
And it will cost quite a lot more to get another member of staff for the donkeys, so I think we would have to keep them together. They won't be at Blackpool in November, but for like the Jubilee, they definitely will be.
Yeah, we'll have a look into it. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind spreading around the town.
Can I say, I think if stuff down here would be better in like summer or spring, because at Christmas it might be chucking it down. And we could have face painters in the, what's it called, next to the parish church. Shackleton Arcade. At least if it's raining, they won't get wet in there.
Well, we can look at it. It's months away, and we'll look into it. I'm not against the idea of moving people down here, but I just got to watch that we look after the town. Any more questions on that? All right. Nathan, update from the bid, please.
I don't really have much to report. We are in the process of organising a food and drink festival on the 8th of October. Soapbox Rally, I'm still sort of waiting to get my sponsors through, so I'm working on that at the moment. But yeah, food and drink festivals in the diary. We're working on getting lots of stalls sort of dotted all up and down the town. I was hoping to be able to use the town hall. Nathan and I have been chatting about that, potentially using the town hall for maybe some sort of cupcake decorating or an activity for some children to do. And that's sort of where we're at with everything at the moment. So yeah.
So any questions for Anita? I have one. Are you sponsors wise for the soapbox? How is it going?
Really good, yeah. I've got about 5 at the moment that I'm working on. So fingers crossed they should come off, and then we'll be able to get it like confirmed and everything. I just need that one principal sponsor. Once I've got that principal sponsor, we can go for it.
Right, okay.
But I'm pretty confident.
It's the road closure and all that stuff, all right? It's that health and safety thing.
The road closure is still ongoing. I think the operations manager at the Super Soapbox Challenge Company is working with Lancashire County Council because they're worried about the numbers, like the number of people coming through the town. So they're working on that. I've not had the green light from them just yet, but I think they're worried because it's a new event, obviously, for the town. All the other stuff we've done, you know, there's like a blueprint already, isn't there? This is like brand new, so I think it's just making everybody a little bit nervous. So 18th of September.
Yeah. Do you think it will happen this year?
Yeah.
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 Because a lot of people are interested.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. Yeah.
One more question on the soapbox. Who will judge who's going to be? What's the limit? Is it 100 people? 100 carts, soapboxes?
So they have like, I I think they cap it off at a certain number, but I think they've had up to 60 carts go down twice throughout the day, so they can handle a pretty high number. So it's up to them. They will look at the schedule and the timings. The actual Super Soapbox guys will look at the schedule, look at how many times they can go down the track, and how quick it is to get back up town, because obviously once you've got to the bottom, you need to obviously be able to get back up. Obviously they've done it hundreds of times. They've just done one in Bradford on the 1st of May, so they'll judge like what sort of number they can do.
I'm quite looking forward to it, and everybody I know is, and there's some real calls being made at them as we speak.
Yeah, that's excellent. Awesome.
So that's good. Any more questions for Lisa? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, items for future meetings. Anybody, any ideas for future meetings? No? Don't worry.
I think, I don't know if this got put on the minutes last time, but I think we were looking at, because I'd sort of said maybe we could work on maybe one event together next year, the bid and the town council together. But there were a few ideas I had. Do you remember we were talking about maybe doing a fun day next year, but that doesn't get voted on until December, right? Is that right? Is that when your schedule gets looked at? So is that just on for future, or is that something we need to put on the minutes?
What we can actually pencil it in now, can't we? And just have a look at it and see what you're thinking.
Because I was saying to Nathan, I think what would be really, really cool in the summer, maybe in the summer holidays, would be to do like a massive family fun day in the park, maybe in Alkin Courts Park or whatever, maybe get some inflatables. I think you were looking at that already, weren't you?
So it is on the minutes from the last meeting about collaborating with the bid. We are actually in the process of trying to look at a date for this year to do something in the park, which I was waiting until I got a date to sit down and have a chat with you about it, because we're looking at doing something to support the Friends of Alkin Courts group. And the idea that we had was like a fun day sort of a thing with inflatables, rides, looking at a land train so people can park at the rugby club and jump on the train back into the park. Well, there's a lot of options we are looking at, but I'm waiting for Gina to give me a budget, and then I can book a date in.
And then, I mean, obviously the date will be quite crucial. There's so much going on. When I pick a date that not only that don't coincide with anything we've got going, which it won't, but if Bonal's got something on or something near, got something on, we have a look at them. So the date's going to be crucial. So I'll leave that with you. You've done amazing so far. So
yeah, we was looking at a date, but then I realised it's Gala Day, so we left that one alone.
Gala Day is the 18th of June.
But as soon as I've got a date, I will obviously update everyone, but it's not coming out of the events budget, it's coming out of a separate budget, which is obviously good.
Yeah. And a fun day, yeah.
Because I know that we're looking at the tennis court, and we could put quite a few stalls on there, like a market town, because it's hard standing. You know, you don't want to put stalls on grass and it'd be boggy, do you?
Yeah, so
But I mean, that's just people enjoying work.
Unfortunately, we can't. The weather is the weather, so we can't. We have to adapt and overcome. Like the taking down of the stalls. What was a very good idea, very good choice, well made, but a lot of people was not happy with it. But when you see a gazebo flying down the road, then you know you made the right choice. So we have, I'm not saying it because you sat here, but we have good officers, and the events committee is a pleasure to be on. It's not hard work for us, it's for you, but you get paid for it. So one thing I would like to mention as well to the events committee is Alicia House. They're our residents. They're registered at the bottom there in the Old Queen's pub. They have a wealth of manpower. and they will offer their services to anybody who wants. They are coming along to the gala and helping me with the stewards. So there's another avenue you can go down there, Alicia House, with manpower.
I've actually just drafted a letter today to approach them about volunteers for events and the Blues Festival. It's actually sat on my desk waiting for Gina to approve it, and then we'll be sending them a letter.
Okay, I'm going to see them next week, so I can get some feedback for you.
Information that they have worked with David Clamp on the not very secret garden in the past. I can't remember how many, but you know, half a dozen of them on a Tuesday afternoon or whatever. So they have helped in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are booked in to plant the cone in bloom next week when we got all the hanging baskets, troughs, plants and everything else.
The young lady down there, Emma Ibbotson, is an amazing person, and she wants to get into the community. When this Alicia House first started, over a year ago, well over a year ago, it had a bad reputation straight away, before anybody knew them or looked at them. But the reputation now is growing, and they are now part of the community. And I applaud all the people that are in there, because they can leave at any time, and they don't, and they want to work. So God bless Alicia House. Anything else for future agendas? Okay. The date and time of the next meeting will be the 4th of July, 2022. Are there any more questions before I close the meeting? Okay, thank you everybody that's watching, and thank you councillors. Thank you, Nathan.